Good evening. Happy Friday, everybody. It's been kind of a long week. I don't know about you guys. It's been kind of a long week. I'm very happy to just chill for a minute after today and build for a little while. I hope all you guys are doing okay. We're almost done with the inner frame. It's actually gone quite well. I changed the camera lens. I don't know. Put the bigger one on. Oh, I need to lock the focus. 1 second. Shh. Let's lock that in. That's better. I'll lock the light in too. Anyhow, it's I think it's a good time for a cartoon character with great hair, a nice model kit, and maybe some old man hands. Shields are done. It's a little high on the focus. Let me turn that down just a hair. What's up, Pinner? How are you this evening? It's nice to see everything worked right out the gate. I like that. I think I finally got a decent, checklist when I'm setting up. These have turned out nice. Some painted details I could add. Hey, I changed the camera lens. How's it look to you? Better view? Worse view? What do you think? Overexposed? Too much detail? Oh, I just moved that. Anyway, you kind of know the drill. They still unfold. Still need some batteries. I tried to get some at the grocery store earlier, and they didn't have any. I wonder if everybody in the country got a Dominator, because nobody seems to have any 2032s when I go to get them. It's kind of funny. I haven't set up a poll yet. I was thinking about one, but I got to thinking as people pop in tonight, when they do pop in, if they pop in, I'm kind of curious. Maybe we could come up with a, I don't know, got any ideas for a poll? We could just do a Q&A. I got my trusty Gundam prison shank. Word. It's actually probably one of the best tools you could buy. These things are pretty cheap. And I actually use it for a lot more than Gunpla. Strangely enough, if I got something that's hard to separate and I don't want to mess it up, I actually will come in here and grab this and use it around household things. I also put a piece of tape over these small boxes in the hope that it'll look a little bit better. I still got glue all over here that is just too shiny and never going to come off this mat, but soon I'm getting a purple one because it just looks better on camera. I've had my intake of coffee, can you tell? At some point, we might take a hot chocolate break. But for now, I am actually super excited to get these shields put on this bad boy. Well, I think it's really a girl. I mean, it is Marita Cruz's mobile suit. So, I would think she's a girl. Kshatriya, I believe, means warrior in Hindu. I could be wrong about that, but pretty sure that's kind of what it translates to, for those that you might know. Even though this is the Dominator, it's really the Kshatriya. It is a magnificent kit. Have I showed you this one yet, Pinner? Oh, they're kind of hard to get out of there, but the extending, pivoting thrusters with their little door, it's pretty cool. And this thing slides up and that folds in. I think I've shown you this one. Oh, Oh, what's going on there? I got a fuel tank out of alignment. I don't know if this is worth playing with at the moment. Strangely, my dumbass will probably mess with it. Okay. Which one's supposed to be in further? Oh, okay. Oh, now they're both in too far. There's actually a notch and something about how these sit that I don't quite understand it yet. I'm hoping when I paint it... Oh, I'm pulling verniers off. Damn it. I shouldn't have messed with it. What was I thinking? There we go. Get back in there. It really is a work of art. Oh! That I'm breaking. If it was the Mona Lisa, I'd be going to prison at the moment. Alright, there we go. That's better. You must be killing zombies. I have a strange feeling I bet Pinner's killing zombies. You know, now that I'm getting into this stream thing, I'm very much thinking about... I don't really want to download a lot of games on my PC. I have way too many video files, but I am thinking about like linking it to the PSN and maybe remote streaming from my PlayStation, some gaming. Because I like to play, like, I don't know, Helldivers, and there's some strategy games I want to play and stuff like that, and maybe that'd be a good alternate stream for when I'm not building something. Might just spin another channel out of that. I don't know. Food for thought. Let me know what you think about that idea. I will be setting up a Twitter soon, if anybody would like to follow me over there. Probably over the course of the weekend. So by probably Monday's stream, I'll be able to say, hey, go follow me on Twitter. I had an interesting conversation with ChatGPT today. It's been advising me against that, and I had to tell it today that I disagree with it. And it came back and said, oh, you know what, you're right. It'll be an interesting world. Anyway, we're gonna start. A little bit of glare. The mechanical movable arms. I'm pretty sure I have all these runners out. This is actually why I'm getting the monocle out. Like this, my camera is actually enhancing this visually for you. If this gives you an idea how small some of these panels are, this is my finger here. So there's been a few of them. Let me see if I can find one here that really are kind of hard to see what they're really saying. Like this one. Like, I don't know, maybe you got enhanced vision, but... Oh. Like, I really can't see that with my eyes. Like, if it was just a little bit bigger, I wouldn't have a problem, but it's just a little small. Anyhow. I do think this lens is actually a little better view. All right, let's build something. Where's my paperclip? There you are. I don't know how the audio sounds tonight. I actually, with Ray's in here last night when he was saying he couldn't hear, and then he told me where he had his audio at. That was kind of the benchmark I was aiming on, but maybe I did need to turn it up, so I hope it's not too loud. Let me know if it is, and I'll try to make an adjustment and hope it doesn't crash the stream. I did make sure I don't have any Windows updates before I started this, even though it's not supposed to update. It does sometimes. I think I went to the wrong page here. Ching. Yeah. Oh. I think the camera lens is in the way of my face in relation to the avatar camera. That may be why I changed the lenses. I wonder if I lower my chair. Oh yeah, we're going low anyway. That's actually more comfortable for me. Let me reset that though, because it's going to make my eyes stupid. Oh, wrong panel. Psh. All right, I'm going to do the mugshot thing here. You guys ready for this? Reset. All right. I think that helped. Made me constantly. Hello, everybody. I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I am pretty sure that is a bad camera battery shorting out my stuff. Hey, Pinner, did you just type poop? You know what? There's a way I can test this. Let me see. Tell me if you guys can see this. Nothing but love for you guys for hanging out. See all that love? Is that popping up? It is not. Let me fix this. Bastard camera. I hope Beetlehorn comes back. I'd like to actually rap with that guy a little bit. Him and I have been exchanging lots of comments. Alright, now let me see if it works. What am I trying to do here? I'm all combobulated. I want to interact. I'm sorry, I have loud keys. All right, now I think chat works. So anybody who's here still, you should be able to chat. Oh, I hope Beetlehorn comes back. Ha! Awesome. I'm sorry I missed you, Beetlehorn. If you watch this later, please pop back in again sometime. So, Mr. Pinner, can you do me a favor if you're here? And maybe say hi. Give me a wave. Hell, I don't care. You can give me the middle finger if you want. Everything should be working. Yeah, I am pretty sure. So I put the battery in yesterday that I thought crashed the stream. And I guess I should have known better. Oh, it's not working. Unbelievable. Oh, it did work. Okay. All right, now we can build. Holy cow. Some of this stuff shouldn't be this complicated, but I'm new to it. What's weird is I wonder if it was from adjusting my avatar, but I think that's the first time that would have been something that did it. And I actually adjust it all the time. Anyway, I'm sorry for those of you that I missed. So, let's get some W2s going on. And I'm not talking about tax forms, although we are coming up on that. I'm talking about runners. Pinner, I don't know if you've seen any of Beetlehorn's videos. They're more, you know, kind of down-to-earth discussion videos. More raw, but he's got some cool collections, man. That guy's builds all kinds of little mechs and army figures that I know you would probably appreciate. Some 40K stuff, but some other stuff I've never really even heard of, but kind of more like fringe mech anime type shit stuff. Not supposed to cuss early on in the stream. I think I'm past that point though. I think. Why is this telling me to scroll down? Anyway, that clears that runner out. We are done with W2s. In a way, it's like a moment of triumph as I start to get to the end of this, but it also makes me sad because I've really enjoyed it. It's kind of a bittersweet sort of thing. Is focus okay? Can you guys see okay? Do tell. You know, this is a little big. That's better. But we're getting there. I can't believe I'm actually this far along in it. I'm surprised. I do have a horrible snafu with the shields though. And I was going to sleep last night and I think I know what it is. I think I have this metal part or this yellow part in here in the wrong position, and when I change that it will fix everything. But we're going to take them apart to paint them, so I'm going to leave it for now. I hope you don't think of less of me for that. Sorry, I'm multitasking. I do that a lot. All right, that one's empty too. I still have not found the missing part for the arm. Fortunately, I think I could replicate that out of something if I have to. I have just enough molding clay and resin. I might be able to just mold one. I've never cast anything. That might be a fun experiment. Oh, hello, Ricardo. Ricardo says I sound really tired. It's been kind of a long day. I've done a lot of talking on the phone today, so my voice is kind of shot. And I actually adjusted some of the volume levels too. That might have something to do with it. You may just be getting a more clear rendition of my voice. I hope the audio sounds okay though. When Reyes was here last night, he had mentioned that he couldn't quite hear it, although he said it was better when he turned it up. I thought, well, you know, maybe if somebody doesn't have a great speaker system, or, you know, depending on what device they may be on, maybe I do need to turn it up. So I hope it sounds okay. I do love feedback on that front. Oh, I almost skipped these. I hope you had a all right time at work there today, Ricardo. As far as, I know you had to start early. I hope it went well. I actually went and looked at a new door job yesterday, but that's not starting for a while. Though I am talking to someone about possibly running a CNC machine with them, learning how to do kind of like the process of making treads and risers for a laminate company. I don't know if it'll come to pass, but it's something that's being discussed. Could be a fun gig. Ricardo, still haven't found that one piece yet. No, I have not. Strangely, I don't wonder if it won't turn up once I actually do finish up this last bit and kind of... I try to clean the desk after each model just because where I live, it's like constant dust in the air. It's very dry here. You're in Texas, you understand. Well, unless you're like in one of the wetter parts, but... I'm hoping it'll turn up, and if it doesn't, I do have a, you know, I have a plan to mend the broken part. I got one of those. That's this guy right here. Kind of hard to see. That's the best way I can do it. Wait for it. There we go. See how it's missing the peg on the one side? So... And I have a solution for that. I'm actually going to pin it and try to turn it into a pivot. Little extra flex. It's what holds the front skirt on. But otherwise, no, I haven't found that other one. I almost think I might be able to recast it or whittle one. Right size runner piece. I think I could almost file that shape and, you know, use a small pin vise and kind of replicate it. It would be the back carving of the peg that would how it mounts to the kit that would be the trick, but I kind of did that when I fixed the rifle tripod on one of my other kits. We didn't finish. There's only one porch and in the garage. Central Texas. Okay, so yeah, Central Texas is kind of a little bit of both wet and dry, isn't it? Isn't it dusty but rains a lot? Or am I off on my geography? Well, hey, if you got through a whole house and still only have the porch and the garage left, that's quite a bit of house for a day. Depending on where you were when you started. I have seen some framers throw some houses up in, I mean, like, just incredible time. Like, I've sat there putting windows in other houses, watching the framers frame something else that I will soon be putting windows in, going, man, those guys are fast. That's actually, framing is something I wish I had done more of throughout my career. The roof was a pain. Pre-made trusses? Or were you guys doing the trusses on site? If you were doing them on site, respect. That's real carpentry. I have not seen anybody build trusses on site, though, in many, many years. You know, I should separate these real quick. Just so when I am putting them together, they're a little more organized. I will say, it's strange as I'm getting through this, just the lack of runners and, you know, some of the extra parts that... Here's one of them, actually, we get to use. We get to use an extra part. Awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Yay. Sorry, I didn't mean to pound on the desk. I might have cut too many parts. Yeah, I might have cut a few I don't need quite yet. Oh well. We're gonna press on. Okay. Where were we? Pre-made. And one broke. It was for the air conditioning system. Isn't it always? Were they trying to install the air conditioner at the same time? I'm being facetious when I say that. I know better. Well, what's funny is you fixed it. When they do install the air conditioner, they'll probably just cut one of the 2x6s or something like that. I did a house one time. The electricians came in and they put like 4-inch holes in 2x6 trusses to run the wires through the trusses. Yeah, that all had to get redone. Did not pass. You're backwards. You felt backwards. That is so funny how this file, I mean, you can tell if you're running it backwards. You will feel it. Well, I hope your Friday's doing okay nonetheless, Ricardo. And that at least post-work, you have a decent weekend in store for you and you can relax. Same for you, Pinner. Same for you. Pinner, are you killing zombies? Are you here? I'm so excited to be actually to the point where we're putting the shields on. Just because I'm so curious about how big it really is. It really is a lot bigger than I, you know, overall, now that it's kind of coming together towards the end. This thing's a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be. By, you know, an inch or two, kind of all the way around. And what's funny is it doesn't quite seem so tall now, but I have a feeling when I put these shields on, it's gonna seem real, almost ridiculous. Like, yeah. Oh, thumbs up to Pinner. He must be killing some zombies. Awesome sauce. Tomorrow I'm planning to assemble the Gundam MK2 AU when I get home from work. Oh, dude, I'm almost kind of jelly. And if I had one of the MK2s, I think I'd probably want the AU. Although, because I paint, most of, or at least plan to. A lot of them I haven't touched yet. But I mean, I guess I could take the Titans colors ones and turn it into the AU. I think there's a couple different accessories as far as that goes, but yeah, I really want to get a Hayakashiki and the MK2 and a Quibbly. I want a Quibbly, depending on how you say it. There's actually quite a few Zeta kits I'd like to have. I hope you enjoy that build. You'll you know, as you're building it, if you want, throw some pictures up on my my community post, man. I'd love to see it. Or if you do community posts yourself, but yeah, anybody who tunes in, feel free to throw anything up there. I don't care if it's manga, you know. I like to know what you guys are into. It gives me ideas for things I should maybe do. Don't feel like you have to, but feel free to if you want to. And I don't know if you were here earlier, Ricardo. I'm probably gonna start doing some Twitter too. I think I'm getting the hang of this, and I need to branch out a little bit. So I don't know if you follow anybody there, but I'll be there here soon. I'm not quite yet, so don't go looking yet. But I am liking how many people I'm kind of talking to. It's knowing there's so many other builders, man. It's fun. All right. So I'm not gonna lie, the tiger kind of got out of the cage there, and I cut way too many parts. So let me reorganize here real quick. What do we got? These look all identical. These look like they're friends. All right, we got some family there going on. We got some family over here going on. Now we need to move on to P. Where are you, P? I don't know if I got P parts out. What are P parts? Oh, they're these, I think. Are you P? No, you're you. Do I have P parts out? What was in the P parts? Did I get any of these out? Yeah, I got a P runner here somewhere. I couldn't have built the shields without it. Where are you? You're Y. K, F. Stack of runners. Somewhere. Oh, you're up here. That makes sense. I'm probably going to be rearranging this whole build setup that I have. And I was kind of playing around with some concepts earlier today. I'd like to be able to get a little more range out of the camera so I could show you guys other parts of the room and stuff. Right now it's kind of difficult to do the way I have it set up, but that's what I'm aiming for. All right. These ones. And let's turn it over so we can see the numbers. That helps. These ones. One of those is in one of these bags. I thought. Uh-oh. I think that might have fallen out of the bag behind my stuff when I picked it up. Not good. Sorry if that's crunchy in the microphone. Yeah, it did. It totally fell out of the bag. All right, I'll come back to that in a minute. Oh no. No way. You fall in the cup. I heard you fall. Where did you fall? Dude, I think it fell in the cup with all my paint sticks. Nope, there it is. Ah. All right, calamity averted. Moving on. You guys want me to zoom in a little, or you like the view? Tomorrow I'm planning to assemble the gun. Oh yeah, I read that one. Here's a funny story. In June, at our Gundam night, I was assembling the Hazel Titan colors. A friend of mine was building the Strike Nor. One thing led to another, and we just started kit bashing. Nice. There's a place here where I'm at that it's like a gaming store primarily, but they do sell kits and stuff, and they have like a board of things they do, and I do think they have a build night, and I would like to catch it one of these times. I keep missing it every time, and I think they only do it like once a month. But it would be great to meet. I know there's people where I live. I live in a pretty big city, and I know there's people here that build. You know, there's too many Gunpla stores. I see Gundam stickers on cars all the time. There was a license plate on someone right in my neighborhood, and their license plate says Gundam. And I'm like, damn it, I wanted that plate. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. I would like to find places local where I'm at that host things like that. I would love to work at a place and actually be part of hosting something like that. All right. This is starting to get overwhelming. I've gone way too far ahead with cutting all this stuff. That's pretty much the entire arm setup, but now I have to retranslate it back to just the parts I need. Where is N? N. N are the gold ones. There you are. Mm-hmm. So, as you guys started this kit bashing, what did you end up with? Do you still have that kit? Or has it been rebashed into something else? Six. So all of these guys. I'm wondering, I'm trying to picture like what two kits you would get out of those two. And I can kind of picture the Hazel, but I'm not quite picturing the Strike Nor in my head. Did the music stop? You're supposed to be on repeat, and don't you dare crash my system when I fix you. I heard my GPU wind up as I did that. I might have just made everything mad. If this stream crashes, I promise I will return immediately. Or at least as quick as I could reboot my computer. I think we're done for that for the evening. I think what that actually is a bad battery. I kind of tested the theory tonight, and it sure enough did what I expected it to do. So I am not using that battery anymore. It is now banned from the camera. I knew that was going to do that, and I don't know why. And I think I see it. At least the shiny ones are easier to find. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? All right, let me turn the gates off the back of these. It went through different phases, and we just call our creation Chud. Nice. The legs of Hazel, the torso of Nor, arms of shoulders of the Buster, claws of the Zegok, and SD head. In Chud we trust. Dude, I've got to see pictures of this. I want to see this kit bash. That's one heck of a kit bash. That's funny. In Chud we trust. You know what? I'm pinning that. Well, no, I can't, because I already pinned Beetlehorn's pinned comment. I am going to copy it. If you don't mind, I'm just copying this to my clipboard, because that's just funny. And I may throw it in a video somewhere randomly. In Chud we trust. Yeah, you know what's funny is I have not done a kit bash. There's a few, like, I got like, I don't know, almost the upper half of Dynamez left over from, you know, using the resin kit. That I mean I got some good leftover parts here and there that would make good kit bashes, and by the time I get done I'll have some more. At some point I need to. I'm not sure what kits I would bash, but sometimes I do look at leftover stuff and go, if I put this on this, could I make it look like this? I have heard that's a side effect, that on a long enough timeline, if you keep building, just because even with Bandai kits, a lot of them will have, like, you know, one extra part in the runner for some variation that they made years before. You know, you start ending up with extra parts. That's like, I got another one of these somewhere, but here's the top to an Akagai that came with the high grade bear guy. And there's a couple of those. It's not enough to make the whole head. I was really excited when I got it, because I thought you could put the bear head on or the Akagai head, but they don't give you all the parts for it. It would be cool to have them both. Why did the music stop again? What is your deal? All right, I restarted it. Okay, so we want this one first. Am I looking at that right? No. I think we want this one first. Let's go this way. Man, that looks nice. Let me get a better shot of that. Let me make sure it's in there all the way first. Start lifting it up to the camera and go bouncy all over the room. Feel like it's in. Oh, there. I felt that. That went. Yeah, you just feel it lock in. But I have to use my whole hand. Block the mat. There you go. That's not a bad shot. That's progress. I feel like it'll actually go pretty quick at this point. I'm a couple steps ahead. Half steps, mind you. Half steps. I guess, could we call them baby steps? In Chud we trust, Ricardo. I do like that. It has a nice ring to it. Kind of makes me giggle. All right, we're making progress. I'm starting to feel pretty good. Cares of the day are washing away. I keep thinking of Kit Bash and a Jin and a Zaku warrior. They do share the same frame. In Shud we trust. I was just gonna actually. It's funny you followed up with they share the same frame because they're very similar suits. Well, I was looking at a Zaku warrior the other day, and you know what I realized it kind of reminds me of? It's like kind of like they mixed the Zaku and the Gelgoog design together. Or at least the one I was looking at. It was actually it was a P Bandai. I don't remember which one it was. But I remember looking at the picture on the box going, I see the Zaku, but then sort of in the head and shoulders, I sort of see a little bit of Gelgoog. That's another one I kind of want to get my hands on, is just a regular old grunt master grade Gelgoog. I guess maybe Shar's Gelgoog I'd be alright with, but the Vertex would be cool, but I shy away from it because it's so big. I mean, I guess really, I kind of want at least one kit of everything from every universe in my display case. And I guess that would be an absolutely huge display case. Because I'm pretty sure at this point, I mean, just Bandai alone, like if you had one of every master grade they made, and I just picked that because that's kind of what I like the best. Though I get a lot less kits because they're expensive. I kind of think you'd be at what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. There's like 2,000 of them, roughly. I'm kind of guessing, but I know there's a lot of them. How are the gates on these? I took these off. Okay. Boom. All right, so now we take this part and we attach it to... I didn't do the gates on these, though. You'll have to forgive me. I'm going to have to slow us down for just a momento. Do some little maintenance here so that when we put the parts in, we don't go, oh, why doesn't that fit together? I think that one's good. Did I forget to cut 2 of those? I think I did. Did anybody catch it? Did I skip 2 parts? Was there ever 4 of these? One sure way to find out. Nope, I didn't cut them. Let's fix that. After building this, I actually kind of, speaking of kit bashing, because I'm not sure how I would go about it. I would definitely have to probably procure some parts out of some other kits. But I kind of wouldn't mind getting my hands on the high-grade Kshatriya and turning that into the Kshatriya repair. I think that would be fun. And I don't think it'd be terribly difficult. Mainly getting your hands on the Gatling guns, I think, would be the biggest extra expenditure. But I also, I almost think I got enough crap cylinders laying around that I could kind of fab those. If I was going to paint it anyway. All right, back to business. So we want this one. Okay. What am I looking at? Is it that? It's that. Did I nub these? I did not. Nubs must go. Better? That'll look good painted. I mean, it looks good now, but... So, Ricardo, how many kit bashes have you done? Just curious. Sounds like you've done quite a bit of that. How many kits have you actually built? Or is it one of those, done so many you've lost track? I mean, I'll be honest. I got a couple unfinished kits, like in the sense that they're built, but I haven't painted them. I wonder. Here in a little bit, after I get some of these parts off the desk, I may make an attempt at flipping that camera around to just give you a brief shot of the glass case. I have Gatos, Gelgoog, Johnny Ridden, and Uma Lightning. Oh, dude, that's pretty awesome right there. That's a good, like, those are kind of those, you don't usually see anybody getting those. The Shin Matsunagas. Sorry, I always stumble on that word. But yeah, both of those, especially, is it the white Shin? Where it says Hizaku? The Gelgoog Jaeger's nice. Yeah, Bandai, you know, it's funny with them switching to Bandai International as opposed to the original P Bandai site. I wonder if they're trying to get away from the P Bandai thing. Just not run away from it, slowly back out, kind of rebrand it. Because it does come with a, man, we all want that kit, but it's locked behind P Bandai and it's $30 more. Because it's clear. You know, not to knock Bandai, I get it. But I kind of wonder with them rebranding with the Bandai International if they're maybe poising to a Bandai the P Bandai thing. I wouldn't be opposed to it. It would be good for us builders. It might give us a little cheaper access to more kits. Does this go in here? Yes, it does. All right. Oh, I got to do the Ys. Why? This runner is actually almost empty. Like, and I'm dreading these guys. They just seem like they're going to be difficult to mount. Is that actually what I need right now? No. 17. This thing. Uh-oh. Best angle to go out here. This is one of those I can't really... I'm afraid I'm cutting too much. How is this? Where's the gate? Alright. I'm good. We're good. We're not going to blow up if we cut that one. There's that little moment every now and again as I'm cutting a gate where I have a flash of Tyler Durden in my head going, I don't know if I'd cut that one. It's not that one either. There's a few other movies that come to mind with bomb. Disarming the bomb references. Like, you know, I just got a great idea for a short I'm gonna do. I actually kind of want to get Shinzaku. I would want the master grade though. And it's just pricey. I don't think there's really any gates to this. I'm not sure what I'm filing here, if anything. I guess if I have a fitment issue, I can come back to it. So you go... Which way? Which way do you go? This way. Oh. What am I looking at? This way? I think you go here. Yeah. What am I missing? Why am I struggling with this? There we go. Oh, we'll do that. That's not a bad view for you guys. I'll zoom in a little bit on this. I'm sorry. Give you guys a little better view of what I'm doing here. Where'd you go? All right, we just got to do this 4 times. That's what we're doing. Oh. Oh. Stay where I put you. Thank you. Something's not right there. That did not feel good. That's better. I think I almost broke one of those pegs. Came close. There we go. And then, was it this way? I think that's upside down. Where'd you go? There you are. Don't you hide. Oh, come on. Why'd this go so easy on the other part? Surely operator error. There we go. There we go. Me. Parts hiding under the shields. There, you can see which they look like both ways. Good illustration of how we're going about this. So we want this. Then this. Then this. Upside down. Maybe I'll get the last one right side up with the first try. We'll see. That's not it. That's not it. That's it. I feel like I'm forcing something. Why is that not going in? Just gotta push harder. Little more pressure. I did not get it right side up on the last one. Wishful thinking. All right, so that's that. Now, P2. These guys? You're Y. P. Where are you, P? I think this is one of them. Pretty sure. Most of my kits are MGs and FM's full mechanics. I really want to get my hands on one of those. Those look fun. I like pistons. I did a kit bash Gundam and a GM 2.0. I just used some parts and made a GM commander type. Nice. So you took a Gundam and kind of used some of the armor on a regular GM and turned it into a commander. Do you paint your kits, Ricardo? Like either, you know, airbrushing or, you know, just even Gundam markers? Enamel, maybe, perhaps? P2 is not this part. I'm still wondering. This was in one of the bags. I have yet to figure out where the heck it goes. I'm assuming it's gonna surface somewhere in the making of these arms for the shields. So P2 is actually not that. I'm throwing stuff. It's this. No, that's 10. What is 2? Ah, it's this guy. Ha. I do not actually have a GM. No, I take it back. I got a GM sniper type. And when I actually build that, I might turn it into the White Dingo. I also may attempt to turn it into a GM Guard custom. That is actually I sometimes play a lot of GBO2, and that is strangely one of my favorite suits in the game. But I'd like to take a GM sniper and turn it into one. But other than that, I don't have any straight GMs. I did have an 08, but I gave that one away. I have a good friend who likes the 08th mobile suit team, and I thought he needed it more than me. Strangely, I also had a Goof custom, and I sent that to a different friend. Didn't register that I sent both the 08s away till afterward, but I have enough kits that I don't need them, and hopefully someday they'll break them out on a rainy day and build them, if they haven't already. But either way, sometimes just having a kit in a box is a cool thing to have around. I mean, let's face it, most of us builders become collectors in time. In fact, that's kind of a fine line I've realized as I get into this hobby. You know, you pick up a kit going, yeah, I can't wait to build this, and 4 years later. But it is nice sometimes to just go in, grab a box, and build something. I have done it many times. That's kind of why I have so many that I've built and not painted yet and shared with you guys. So this goes here. Ah. That is the locking mechanism. There's actually, it's funny. You know how some master grades have, I'll try to show it to you guys here in a little, maybe in a minute. But you know how some master grades have the hips that slide up and down within like the waist section. This has that, but they move independently of each other. And I don't know if any of you guys have ran across a kit that does that independently, where, you know, you can move the left leg up and keep the right leg down, or vice versa. But it's a nice feature. Pretty cool. If you're looking for some good kits, check out Tatsu Hobby or Toy Arena. Yes, I do print some of my kits. Paint. Print or paint? Do you 3D print? I think I browse Toy Arena from time to time. Actually, that's one place I have been. I can't say that I've been to Tatsu Hobby. I am getting tired. I'm talking funny. All right, so I think we can apply this one. Is this what goes here? I think. That's actually a lot wider than I expected it to be. Like, significantly. I was really expecting this to be, come on, get in there. That's it. Oh, wow. Like, that is solid. I kind of love it. Kind of loving it. I think I ordered some decal sheets from Toy Arena. Or maybe a lighting mechanism, if it's what I'm thinking of. Actually, it might have been the base for my Zosabi. I got one of the aftermarket bases for that. I don't know, there was a minute several years back as I was building my first kit and thinking I was going to be done with it super fast that I went on like a tangent thinking I was going to build all these quickly. Oh, I kind of figured you did, Ricardo. No worries. No need to apologize. There are certain things where, given context, I can kind of read between the lines. I kind of figured you meant paint, but just in case, I may have said it so and it sounded like print. So, which is cool if you have. That's one of the things I wouldn't mind dabbling in, but I'm not there yet. There's a whole computer aspect of that I have had some, like, you know, computer-aided drafting experience and stuff, very limited, and kind of think I could get into it, but it's another hobby that requires, you know, funding. But you do paint your kits? Airbrush? Or do you just, you know, like, brush paint? I really enjoy painting. It's funny, there's aspects about painting and the building that I can't really tell you which one I enjoy more. I think some of it's dependent on maybe my mood to a degree. You know, just how I'm feeling. One thing about painting is I zone out to it a little differently. I don't know if I could stream and paint because I kind of go into this flow state. You almost have to, though. It's a weird little rhythm. Anyway. Alright, so P1. Oh, we get to make a piston. A13 and S11. Oops, sorry. I hit the mic. That might have went boom on your guys' side. If it did, I'm sorry. We get to make a piston. Yeah, what do you think of the full mechanics kits? Which ones did you do, speaking of pistons? You mentioned that earlier. I would like to do one of those. They look very, very cool. And as far as I know, I think they're 1/100 scale. I'm curious as to how that's different from just like a regular master grade. To me, a spray paint, just trying to find the right one can be a pain. Ah, color-wise? Yeah, I get you there. I totally get you there. You know, I'm looking at this part and I think I skipped a part in the shields. I'm not going to backtrack right now for it, but I think I did. That's actually, I'm thinking about doing the base coats on my hangar base with spray paint. One, to conserve kind of my airbrush paints, just because it's, you know, it's truly massive. And two, I just think it'd be an easier way of going about it. Just take it outside, kind of put it together and give it one big base coat, and then, you know, kind of detail each little piece individually. Sort of think that's the way to go about something like that. Almost another empty runner. I really am going to be sad when all these runners are empty. I'm going to be like, oh, I built the whole thing. Damn it. You guys ever experience that as you get towards the end of the kit? You start almost going, oh no, I'm almost done. Thought this was going to take longer. I actually totally did that with gun cannon. But the MG gun cannon's almost like a high grade. Another one I'd like to build is gun tank. And a ball. I want to do a ball. I think Bandai released a clear ball not too long ago. Or maybe it was just a special colored one. I can't quite remember, but it was pretty cool. The master grade Verka ball, I think, would be just a fun build. And I have this idea floating around in the back of my head that I almost would like to make, like, I mean, you couldn't do it at 1/100 scale, but make a colony that's actually like has like real lighting and almost what do you call those, terrariums, where like they put plants in a bottle and you just put the lid on and it kind of just keeps itself alive. You know, some mosses and things like that. I think it'd be cool in a colony. Kind of ambitious. I'm not sure how I'd go about it. The Calamity, Forbidden, Rider, Sword Calamity, Bust Rider, Ale Calamity, Toy Arena just got the ball form 8th Mobile Suit Team. That would be a good one to have too. Just any of them. I just think it'd be like, a ball's a cool thing to have in the collection. Kind of one of those. You know, another one that would be cool is the Petite from Unicorn. And I think they actually made that kit, but they did it at 144, not 100. Could be wrong about that. I am wrong quite frequently about lots of things. Was the focus okay on that, or am I? All right. Yeah. So we want P4. P14 to be precise. I feel like I almost turned into Optimus Prime there for a second. To be precise. No, it's not quite there. Where are the peas? What did I do with them? There they are. I don't know if I've built a kit yet where I've had this much trouble keeping track of the runners. It's kind of funny. Why am I not seeing that part in here? Okay, it's that piece. It is there. I'm just holding it from a different perspective and it doesn't look the same. There we go. There we go. I truly think if I don't get too distracted by seeing a squirrel or something, and I don't drop any parts, and I don't have any fitment issues that I can't seem to process in my feeble mind, we might be about 10-15 minutes away from putting these shields on. Maybe. I feel like I'm getting super close. Super close. I think what he actually said was super green. All right. Tab up. Oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. What am I looking at? We got that. And we need that. Negative Ghost Rider. That. Why do I not feel like that's right? No, it is. Okay. I gotta put some trim pieces on there. A GM Sniper Ground Type 2.0 would be great. Yeah, I'm with you. I am totally with you. I'm not sure if mine's a 2.0. I think it's just the GM Sniper. I didn't know they did a 2.0. Maybe I have a 2.0 and I just didn't realize that there was. Everything still work? Okay. Smacked a cable. Sorry. Hope that didn't pop on your guys' side. Which one am I missing? Have you built the RX-78 3.0? Ricardo? I have the frame of one of those done, but I don't mess with it because it just seems fragile. I feel like once the armor's on, it'll be relatively solid, except for where like the core fighter goes. But yeah, it's an interesting kit. It makes me wonder what the like the Origin and the 2.0 are like. We might have had this conversation before. I feel like I'm experiencing deja vu. Alright, so I'll put these gold pieces on here in just a second. Am I looking at this right? This goes this way. No, it's not, but one can wish. This is true. This is true. Why do I feel like I'm forcing this? Not crazy about how this feels. Let's soften. See if this helps. Grandpa Gundam 3.0. Yes, we did have that conversation. I broke the leg. That's right. I do recall that. How about the PG Unleash? Have you been one of the lucky ones enough to... And obviously not the new. I think we had that conversation too. Yeah. On both of our wish lists. I was watching, is it Ida Heeden, I think is her channel name, I think. I was watching her build the Real Great Zosabi the other night, and that looks like a fun build. It's actually, the funny thing is it was, looking at it on her mat, in relation to the tools and stuff she was using, it was a lot bigger than I expected it to be. Kind of makes me wonder about how big the freaking Master Grade's going to be. My computer is heating my room up and these pieces are fighting with me. Does not want to go. Ah, there we go. That's actually where that phrase came from too. She kept saying that and I had to laugh because I say it all the time. I can't say I coined it, but it made me laugh. Dude, you gotta bevel them. That just doesn't want to go on. I don't know why it seems to have me so frazzled. Oh, don't break. Where do you go? All right, that'll go on a little smoother now. That'll go on. We'll get this in here. Oh, really? There we go. There we go. Oh, what am I doing wrong here? Do I have it turned the wrong way? I mean, they do have it. No, that's how they have it. Oh, I see. I see. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll show it to you. Oh. Stupid app. Stay on. I don't know if my voice sound weirded. But, yeah, my equalizer turned off. Anyway. There we go. Come on. That little gap right there. I was trying to totally force it the wrong direction. I will say the other lens was better for giving you guys those close-up shots. This one doesn't do so well with the up close. Maybe I need to use the zoom when I do it. I'll try that next time. That might help. Oh, come on. I have PG Banshee in my storage. It's tied up with a cross, do not open. That thing is a curse. How so? Or is that one of the suits where I've seen a lot of people talk about the legs breaking? I feel like I've seen somebody do a PG Banshee recently. Like, not in the very recent past, but like recently, you know, a few months ago. Seems like I ran across somebody who did a PG Banshee. I could be wrong. Why is it a curse though, Ricardo? Bad rep? Strangely, that's one I actually do not have in my collection. I have the PG Unicorn and the full armor MG. I kind of want to get my hands on a Banshee. Come on, you can push further. That's hard to get in there. Maybe that helped. Oh, I left a gate. Probably left several of them. That's kind of what that's making me think. Yeah, that's supposed to stop there. One more. Two more. Oh, this is supposed to have another part in it. That's okay. I think I can insert that without taking it all apart. What is it? Yeah. Oh, that's showing me something important. P113. You know what, Ricardo? You just reminded me I need to stand up. And I think while I'm doing that, let me do this. I'm going to black you guys out for just a... no, we'll keep going. I'll let the camera die. Let's see if I can assemble... Oh, no, we want the other part. Where's P? I am all over today. I'm a hot mess. This one. 10? 10. 13. This guy. We're going for him. So, forgive me 1 second. There's some fine print here. I think they're telling you not to cut off a certain nub. I think they're telling you not to cut off these nubs. I hope I'm correct. I have another one of those. I just had it. Yes, the shoulder joints broke on me. I was looking for something. I decided to untie it and look in there. All of a sudden I heard something, and when I went back, it was standing giving me the finger. So, funny story. I ended up kind of by a fluke picking up a metal build Hy-Vee at one point a few years back when the purple one released. And I'm like in my living room playing video games one day. And I have it just sitting up on the stand up on top of my build desk here. And it was horrible too. I actually had the Dynamet sitting right here because I was just finishing it up. And I hear, you know, just horrible breaking noises. And I come in here and the damn peg that you mounted on broke. And it just like, jumped off the desk, dude. Fortunately, it didn't hurt either build, but it did, oh, I forgot the pistons. That's the part that goes in there. What is wrong with me? But anyway, it broke the stand. That's all it was. I think for some reason it just the peg on the stand couldn't handle the weight of it. Is I think what happened there. But yeah, totally took a spill off the desk, man. What would have been terrible is if, I mean, I was just wrapping up that other build, and if it had landed on that, oh man, it would have broke my heart. I mean, that was a resin kit. It would have just focused it. There'd have been nothing left of it. This is going to be hard to get apart. Oh man, this is going to be hard to get apart. Come on. I don't need to get it very far apart. Just enough. Kind of want to come in this way, but that's so thin right there. Try from this side. You're standing there giving you the finger. That's funny. It's kind of how I felt about that. I was like, seriously? How did that fall? You know, hadn't touched it in months, just fell. That PG Banshee is now double tied. I don't feel comfortable giving that cursed item to anyone else. Did I get that apart enough that I could get this in here? No. Might have got it apart enough that I can get this in there, though. There we go. There we go. I'm really not saying that intentionally. I just say it. I swear. Oh, I think there was a peg there I just cut. Nope. Alright, well, once you start to get into it, it's not quite so bad. I don't want to pry right there. There's, like, tabs for holding it in place. And I really hate prying right here because I feel like I'm just tearing up that detail. I think we're almost there, though. Oh. Ah. Quit it. Oh, I got sticky tack on it still from the other night. Hold on. Sticky tack is like one of the greatest and worst things ever invented. Really comes in handy when you're building resin kits, though. Like if you don't want to glue the parts on, sticky tack. I need to get in here. I feel like such a horrible building person right now. All right, now we're making progress. But I only got to do this twice. That might be enough. Oh. Oh. Not nearly. Ooh. We'll get it. It's coming apart one way or another. There are forces in this world that humanity should leave alone. The Banshee is one of them. Well, that's almost lore accurate there. I mean, truthfully. Man, any of these machines in real life would be absolutely terrifying. I don't know if a human brain would process it. Oh, you're being obstinate. Am I prying the wrong side? Hold on. Maybe if I do this, try from the other side. Ah, I bet you that might be a little easier. That's the small side. Oh, look at that. I'm just trying to do it from the wrong side. There we go. Oh, I don't even need to take it all the way out. We just got to get the piston in. Which way does the piston go? Let's examine that. You go like this. Piston goes this way. How about I put the other one in that way? Okay. All right. The other one won't be so bad because now I know what I did wrong. You're outside, you're outside. Okay. Why is there sticky tack on that? Come here. I really need to clean this desk up. In the process of trying to set up one of my cameras, I got sticky tack everywhere. Yay! We'll add some detail to this in a minute. Don't do that. What's the other one? Oh, I gotta put the piston in this one. And this doesn't need to be here either. Yes, we're post-assembly gate cutting. We can do that here, though. It's okay. All right, let's try this again. I think this is the side we want to pry on. Leaving a mark. A friend of mine did the PG Phoenix. He went crazy. Why so? Just size of the kit? Or is it a curse of the kit? I honestly feel like I got a little obsessive about this one as I've been building it. Like, I have to walk in the room every morning when I get up and just stare at it for a minute. Like, are you okay? Anything happen last night? Something fall on you? Would you like some OJ? Perhaps a cup of coffee? And I'm being somewhat joking when I say that, but also somewhat true. Come on. Is this the wrong side? Might be. Let's try from the other side. Maybe we'll have better luck. Yep. That was the wrong side. All right. Well, note to self. When disassembling these for paint, as I'm going to do later, if they're stuck, try the other side. The curse of the unicorn family. Yeah, I have not built that one yet. I'm, at some point I'm gonna do my master grade, I think, before the perfect grade. But it's kind of an involved one, I think, especially that one being the full armor. And I want to get some of these smaller builds done in practice painting, like more different colors. Because it's one I really want to build. I have easier builds that I could do that. So I'm really torn on how they're saying this goes in. I don't know what they're telling me this does. Oh, I was supposed to put it in first. Oh, I so hate myself right now. Alright. Guess we're gonna get really good at disassembling this. Yes, I literally just put it together to take it apart. But we learned, if it's not coming apart, it's because I'm prying on the wrong side. See? Look at that. Easy peasy. This is how we get better at it. Alright, so what am I looking at? You go like this. You go like this. And you go... that way? Is that what you're telling me? Okay. Alrighty then. It slides for some... oh, it's the lock. That's what locks that portion of that other pivot, joint, whatever you want to call it. Alright, well that's simple enough, except for now it's not going back together. You just gotta wiggle. It actually is resisting a little bit. I think it's okay though. Oh, there's a gate I missed. Oh, and I dropped a piston. Oh. Oh. There we go. I'm distracting you, and it's getting late here in Texas. Have to be on a job site by 7 this time. Have a good night. Well, man, at least you get to start an hour later, could being Saturday. And you're not distracting me at all, Ricardo. I appreciate the distraction, truth be told. So it makes it much more fun. I like sharing it with you guys. Thank you for stopping in. I do appreciate it. I hope you don't have to work too hard tomorrow. And yeah, I'll probably be here again at some point tomorrow. So don't work too hard, man, and be safe. And again, thank you. I appreciate you hanging out, man. It's always good talking to you. Don't ever feel like you're being bothersome. All right. I think that's good. Yeah, that's just me not paying attention. And I would probably do that whether you were here and distracting or not. One more time. In Chud we trust. That's right, we do. You know, I might just make that like pinned comment tomorrow. I'm gonna use it somehow if you don't mind. I like it. It's fun. In Chud we trust. Have fun kit bashing them houses, man. Oh, I thought I broke that. Ooh. Just pulled it off. Now, if this goes together all like nice and tight, I'm gonna feel like I have to take the other one apart. Oh no. I gotta do it. That's not right. Something didn't align right. I don't know what, but I gotta find out. Sorry. It's delaying progress, but it's bothering. I'm such a slow builder. Gentle. Alright, so what's... Maybe it's just a gate. I think it is. Ah, that's what it was. That gate was keeping that from tightening up. I think. Don't file that. Alright. Back in you go. Oh. No, don't file that. Don't file that part. You're upside down. Get the piston out of the way. All right, much better fit. That was a worthwhile endeavor. And I'm very practiced at taking these apart now. This is one of those, I wonder how fast I could build it the second time around. Like, could I throw this thing together in 10 hours? I think that's ambitious. In Chud we trust. You go here? Yes. I gotta put the gold pieces on still. Those will go quick. And I'm actually saving them for last because they're easier to mount on the bigger part. Hey, get back in your piston. You thinking? These are gonna be fun to detail. I'm actually really excited about painting some of these piston pieces. I have yet to do a kit where I've painted any pistons really. And it's just a cool mechanical feature. Ah! Gentle! Gentle! I am gonna have to move this camera once I get this assembled. Because you guys aren't gonna be able to see this thing unless I get a side shot of it. And we're almost there. Like, we're really close. Really, really close. There you are. That's probably a little undue stress. I gotta pry this one up more. That ain't gonna work. Stressing that peg. There we go. Take it completely off properly. That's what I get for trying to cut corners. All right. Yay. All right, next. N12 and A121. I don't know why I have an extra one of these. Okay. I'm blocking my avatar cam with the runner. Is it me or am I like over rotating this as I do it? All right. And then we want the A1 parts. A1, silver. A1, 21. A1, 21. Sweet. I still think I got an extra part on that I skipped. I think somewhere around the legs. No! Oh, where'd you go? Oh, I can't get it off the floor. There we go. Thing got like staticky and didn't want to lift up. I hate to say it, but I may have to go through and file these too. These aren't coming off as clean as I like. That one's not bad. Ow. Oh. Oh my gosh. That's better. Still 8 of them. Yes. I feel like I lost one of these somewhere. It's underneath. Okay. Alright, I'm going to very carefully try to give each one of these just a quick pass. I get nervous filing on these because I'm afraid I'm going to take too much off. I think those are good. 1, 2, 3. Where'd you go? In Chud we trust. All right. That way. It's amazing what that color separation does. That'll look so rad with just a little bit of black backwash. Maybe dark gray. Yeah, maybe dark gray. Ooh, maybe like a rust. Brown, perhaps. Just make it look a little grimy. Looks nice. A lot of detail to bring out in it. Ah. Why are you not fitting? There we go. It really is going to become a thing. There we go. All right. Unlock. Is there a lock panel that goes in there? No way. Well, why are you not unlocking? Okay, now you're unlocked. Wow, that had some tension. I don't think I skipped something. Oh, I did. I was not supposed to put that on yet. Yeah, I should have waited to put that on. I got all this. The heck was I thinking? That goes up there. These last ones are easy. Oh, that's where that part goes. I have to separate that and get that bad boy in there. Oh. Oh. don't think I have to separate it to the degree to get the other one in, though. Might be a little easier. May not have to actually separate it. No, I stand corrected. What am I talking about? Oh, I seem to recall about 40 minutes ago going, oh, I think we're close. We're only like 20 minutes away. Two minutes, Turkish. Is that empty? I think so. Well, that's it for that runner. Funny is I still have roughly about 20 of them out, but most of them only have like a part or two. That's it. Empty runner. And then we want, was that M or L? It was L. Some pipes. Six. These guys. Those look tinier than I expected. I am not going to drop this. We're not going to drop these under the desk. Oh, I got one more of those to do. One more of them, guys. Right here. Aha! Okay. Now, let's put these guys together. And then we're going to very carefully open that up again and put this in. And that'll be the last part that I've skipped. That's how this is going to work out. Oh, come on. Stop fighting. No. It's so hard to hold. Oh, come on. Okay. Nope. There. Wow, that gets a lot stronger. I like firmed up. Is it this way? I think it's this way. I think it's this way. Oh, come on. Maybe tweezers. I'm always afraid to get tweezers out, though, because every time I grab a part with tweezers, it goes flying out of the tweezers. That's why I can't find the arm part. All right, that did help. That was the right tool for the job. Let's try that again. That was, in fact, beneficial. Oh, geez. Oh, come on. Ah. Why are you fighting? Deep breath. Oh, well, I got it started. Now I can just change the angle. What am I doing wrong? Why? What am I missing? Let's try a different part. I don't think these were rough left-right specific. They were all number 6s. I'm just going way too far in. What in the heck? How come the first one was so easy? What am I doing? I'm not backwards, am I? Maybe that's what I'm doing. Hold on. OMG. It's because I was putting it in the wrong side. I think. No. No, it doesn't go that way. Yeah, you do go this way. So easy. Nothing to it. It's a start at the top thing. I'm trying to start at the bottom. It's not working. Oh, don't drop. Oh. Okay. This way. Yeah, that explains it. I was trying to do it backwards. And I'm still struggling with this one. There. Get in. Ah. It's actually cramping the crap out of my fingers. Why am I missing one? Did I drop one? Has to be on the desk. Under a shield. Why am I missing one? That's bothersome. Did I drop one? Any remember when I cut those? Did I lose one? I feel like maybe I did, and I was like, oh, I'll grab it in a second. This is not a part I want to be missing. Oh no! Why am I missing one of those? Maybe I didn't cut it out of the runner. Ah. I didn't cut it. That makes me feel better about life. I was really afraid I dropped that and didn't notice it. That's one of those parts I wouldn't necessarily hear it when it hit the ground. And that's usually how I find them, because I'm like, oh, it bounced over there. Come on, there you go. All right. Now, where do I need to put you? Maybe I don't need to take this apart to put this on. What are you showing me? So, does the piston attach to anything? I can't tell what it's showing me. Oh, that just shows you how to lock it. I think it's just a cap. I don't think I actually have to take it apart. It looks like it just sits on here. Okay. So, up. Alright, so that's how you lock that. And that locks it. This guy, though. Is that all it is? I bet you there's something that fits on here with this. This is just temporary. Okay. I see what's going on. Sorry, blurry. Alright. That makes sense. 03s. Almost there. Five. Oop. All of these. That's the end of this runner. Makes me sad. I'm almost done with the frame. That's blurry, isn't it? I'm sorry. There you go. A little better. This is in focus. Black background is blurry now. Makes it a little easier to see what I'm doing. Okay. I almost dropped my nippers. Empty runner. Done. All right. Home stretch. One more step after this. So these guys sit on here. Like that. Oh. I don't know if that's supposed to click. Like, I feel like it is. Ah, yeah, that does push. Interesting. Oh, I'm backwards. That doesn't go that way, that goes this way. That actually fit a lot better too. Zoom out just a hair. Okay. This guy goes this way. Oh, fits into the piston. Oh. 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 Yay. So you go there. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Come on. Which one was it? This one. Man, that's clever. Like, that really is kind of a great way of locking that. Oh, the piston fell out. Get back in there. It's stuck. There. What's not going here? Oh, there's a gate. I didn't cut a gate off of it. Surgery. I feel like I'm gonna cut my finger. Okay. All right. And then I guess to unlock it, you lift up. Yep. Hold on. I gotta see the piston. Haha. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Gimmicks. Give me more gimmicks. Well, that's fun. These ones should go a little quicker. I've done it once now. Stand corrected. Don't listen to me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. All right, piston. You first. And yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of that. Nope. Piston still fell out. Put him back in. You know, next one I think we're just going to put it on and then I'll realign the piston. Maybe quicker. It works. Oh, there's a gate. I'll deal with it later. Just make these go away. All right. Is this one backwards? No, they're all the same shape. Oh, you're upside down. You gotta be kidding me. Got to be kidding me. I can't do that without doing this. Oh, I hate myself. Maybe. This might be a push. Bad idea. I'm gonna try it. No, that ain't gonna happen. Let's build the last one first and then I'll fix. Oh, really? I'll show you. Come on. All right. Which one was it? It's this one. Man, I hate to have to do that. But I have to do that. We've done it enough times now. Shouldn't be too hard. Just take that out so it's not falling. One side doesn't go, it's the other side. We know that. See, that's not so bad. Well, in a way, I guess it was good that I had to take it apart so many times. Now I know how to do it, and it's at least easy when I go to paint. Just don't want to drop anything. Alright, now I'm not going to take the whole thing apart. I'm just going to try to do half of it. This one's a little easier because I can pry against the pipe. Yeah, that's not so bad. It's not so bad. That's the big peg. Let's do the other side. Oh, that kind of sucks. Let's do the big peg. I'm gonna get to the other side and go, oh no, that... Yeah, I wanna put it together all from the same side. We'll do it this way. I can get this one out. It's not as big. Almost there. Oh, and we got it. You need to be this way. And back together with you. It's a nice shot of the inner mechanics. Did I have that right? OMG. It's this part that's backwards. Alright, well, we had to do that anyway. Oh, come on. Almost there. This goes that way. That goes back the other way. I had it. I will eventually put you together. Alright. You go that way. You go this way. Oh, I suddenly just turned gimpy. Well, hello, Wolfpack. Thank you very much. Funny, you tuned in just in time. And thank you for the compliment. I've been enjoying this build very much. I can't take credit for it. I didn't design it. I've just snap built it so far, but it's been a fun build, man. This is the, let me zoom out a little bit for you. It's the Dominator. I'm really enjoying it. We're just finishing up. Let me get refocused here. Bear with me. I'm working with great equipment. But just getting into finishing up the shield arms, and then I'm actually gonna put everything else on it. Am I the builder? Yeah, I put all this together. It was just a snap build. This is the Axis Model Works Osiris Aerial Dominator. Essentially, I don't know how familiar with Gunpla you are, but it's basically a master grade Kshatriya. A very detailed one. It's been a really fun build though. Like I have had a lot of fun building this. And I'm actually going to be disassembling this and painting it before I put the armor on. But for this one, it's such an involved build. I kind of wanted to build it first and make the decision of what to paint and what not to. It's actually the first time I've ever dealt with any coated parts. This one's going to be kind of an ongoing work in progress as far as, you know, stream and eventually will be a video. Oh, I didn't want to attach that. But as I finish this, the next thing I'm going to be working on, at least as far as stream-wise goes, is I'm getting ready to start painting the SD Kasai. And I'm also probably going to build a messer. At some point. And in between there, off stream, I'll be painting a high-grade bear guy, to be exact. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate the compliment. It's I can't take credit for it, man. I really am impressed with the company that designed it. They also do the I don't know if you've ever heard of the GPO2 Stamen. They call it what's their version of it called? I think the GPO2 Solomon. Or no, not the Stamen. The GPO2 Solomon. Yeah. Forgive me. It's late. I've had a lot of coffee and I'm kind of babbly. So I'll probably say a lot of like off stuff. But yeah, they make that kit too, and I wouldn't mind getting my hands on it actually, but it's supposed to be like this, where they, you know, really kind of went over and above. Here in a second, if you want, once I get these on, I'll kind of show you. It's full of hatches and gimmicks. I need to pick up some batteries, but those actually light up. Oh, they went out. Thing takes 10 batteries, and every time I go to the store to get the 2032s, for some reason they're out. But yeah, it's got all kinds of expansions on it. This is a nice gimmick here. You touch the head and those come on. Oh, I guess I could focus on that for you. And then it also has the cockpit, which is pretty cool. This part's kind of tricksy to get out, but it slides out. Pretty cool gimmick. A little better view. Sorry about that. And then it, you know, goes back in and you flip it out, back down, and it's off. Like one of the coolest lighting systems I think I've ever encountered. I mean, for a kit. I've done a couple where I've, you know, wired up my own lights, but nothing like that. I actually did okay on this one. I can't remember. I actually I got it months ago. I think they've actually gone up a little in price, believe it or not, but depending on how you go about it and how the shipping goes, they'll run you $150 to $200. I had some credits at a place when I got this, so I actually kind of got it at a discount, even though it was just credit. I think right now, because of some of the shipping situation, they're a little harder to get here, and you'll pay a little bit more for the shipping part of it. And you can get them out of the box too, from what I've heard, where they ship all the parts in runners in a bag. You know, it's padded, protects it, but supposedly that makes it a little bit cheaper too. There we go. All right. I took this thing apart like 4 times and put it back together because I just couldn't seem to get it right. I think we can attach them. Oh no, I got one more part. And I think that does the Y runner in. Yeah, I don't usually do kits this big, Wolfpack. Do you build? This was kind of a one-off thing. Oh, there's still parts in there. All right, can't get rid of you guys yet. What are you for? I feel like I've missed something somewhere. Messed up focus. That's better. New builder, but old fan of Gundam. Nice. Being an old fan of Gundam, more of a Universal Century, or did you tune in with, like, you know, Wing or Double O? All right. I think we're almost there. We're there. All right. This is gonna get a little cray-cray. I'm gonna have to change the camera view because I don't think I can show this to you guys vertically. But let me get it together first, and then I'll try to drop the camera down. You have to promise not to laugh at my messy desk. It's gotten a little out of hand as I built this thing. I still don't know what this is for. I feel like it's the foot. I really do. I feel like it's supposed to go on this foot. Anyway. It will surface. So. Let me focus on that for you guys, because it's probably all messed up. I don't know if I can get far enough away. Hydraulics up or down? Hydraulics up. I'm actually funny. I've always loved mecha anime. You saying being an old fan of Gundam. I've always known about it. Never really got into it much as a kid. I was more into like Robotech and Macross and, you know, that kind of stuff. I don't know how old you are, but I don't know if you remember like Ecos, or what was it? It wasn't Eco Squad, Exo Squad. The frame looks like the MK5. Wow. Well, it's they call it the Big Bell Pepper. I don't know if you've seen Gundam Unicorn. But it's Marita Cruz's Kshatriya. They just called it the Dominator. I'd love to show you some box art. But the box for this was actually just a cardboard with like a line drawing on it. I kept it. It's a cool looking box, but. Is that one backwards? No, it's just up. How do I... That's how you unlock it. I like that these have these locks. Well, and it's funny. I don't know, you know, if you follow kind of Bandai and the kits that they've made, but you know, the fandom's been wanting a 1/100 scale Kshatriya for a long time, and they've always said it's too big of a suit, they can't do it. and hit their price point. And this third-party company come out with this one. And it's kind of amazing. Let's get these guys attached. How do I unlock you again? Up. There we go. There's a few things on here that I kind of missed going through it that I didn't backtrack to do, because I am going to paint it. This whole frame's getting disassembled. I'm probably not going to paint a lot of the coated parts and stuff. We suddenly just got very front heavy. I do like that it's got a lot of clicky joints and joints that lock. Like, for its massive size, they did do a really good job of kind of making it posable for such a massive kit. I started the Gundam Wing, but I like the old Gundam like Zeta and Double Zeta, Stardust, double. Hey, you're a man of my heart. I will tell you that. I'm an old guy, and I kind of love the UC, the Universal Century universe. I just recently watched Seed, and I actually enjoyed it far more than I thought. Now I could kind of get into that a little bit, but most of my kits are all from the UC universe that I have. And Zeta was, it's a long watch, but between that and Double Zeta, I think it's maybe my favorite part of the whole series. All right, so are you guys ready for this? Everybody that's been hanging out. I gotta fix this armor lock here real quick. Let me do a little extra posing. Man, she gets heavy. I feel like she's gonna fall over on me. All right. Barely watching Seed, and I don't get it. I kind of, the first part of it, it took me a while to like really get into it. I think, what is there, 2 or 3 seasons? The second season I actually really got into. The first season I think is so much character setup that like I had to rewatch a lot of those episodes. I like to watch anime when I fall asleep though. Like literally I will watch anime to fall asleep. So, especially the old mecha stuff. I think, I'm guessing by what you're into, we're probably close to the same, similar ages, and yeah, so I it's a happy place for me where I can fall asleep and zone out to it. And I did have to watch a lot of the first season over again. Second season was a lot better. The movie, I felt, was a little rushed. Almost like they were like, oh, we got to end this, and just threw some stuff in. I liked the visuals, some cool plot points in it. But I get into the Universal Century stuff far more. Someday, what I would like to see Bandai do, tell me if you like this idea. I would like to see Bandai, I finished Gundam Victory, took forever, but man, so much death in that saga. That's one I haven't seen, and I want to. I'm super excited for Hathaway coming out. But, yeah, I would like to see them redo the visuals of the original 0079 series, but keep the same dialogue track. That way they're not losing anything. It's just updated animation. And I think that's one way they could do it and not upset the old fan base. But it'd be great to see that redone with the Origins animation, but like the old story. All right, so this is going to be a bit of a trick to back this up and show this to you guys. Not quite sure how I'm going to go about this. Bear with me as I do a little camera rotation, and I might shut the camera off, perhaps just by bumping the cord. If I do, I'll turn it back on, I promise. So let me see if I can get down in here and get you guys some decent shots of this. That's not a terrible angle. Can we do that? I don't know if I can move the camera arm too much more without remounting it somewhere on the desk. Let me make sure I got all these tightened up. I don't want this twisted on me. Give this one a little more rotate. This is where I wish I hadn't put the bigger lens on tonight. Okay. Is that a decent angle? You guys okay with that? Anyhow, so this is the 1/100 scale, I guess you could call it. Master grade Osiris Aerial Dominator. Also known as the Kshatriya. Some of the fun features. Showed you the cockpit a minute ago. You've seen the lights. So all of the shields expand. Don't you fall. Definitely comes with a really nice stand too, this kit does. And I kind of wish I had built it first. Let me see if I can get her to balance a little better. Oh man, she is top heavy. Oh, did the leg literally just give out on me? Okay. We'll get her. I just got to get the legs situated. There. Man, she's massive. My avatar is probably not working because this is blocking the camera. But yeah, so the shields pop open. And then I'm trying to remember, these go this way. So these fins, I didn't add all of them because with taking apart to paint it, I'm just not going to be able to. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to open the back shields, you guys, just because I really don't want to fiddle with this too much. This is going to be kind of one of those, when this is finished and painted, it's going to get posed. Occasionally I might turn the LEDs on, and otherwise probably never going to touch it again. We do have a claw feature. This is kind of cool. I'm not sure how to make it work from back here. Which way do you go? Yeah, that's right. Has a little grappling hook. I'm really not sure where I'm going to put this thing. And then, so, I don't know if you're familiar with the whole psycho frame thing, but we got a lot of that. I'm not going to do this middle one because it's having issues right now. Seems like every time I mess with that, something goes wrong on it, and I got to take it apart and kind of fix it. And then the leg thrusters. These expand out. I don't think you guys can really see it. There's some of this that if you go back and watch some of my older streams, it's a little better view of a lot of this. But yeah, there's all kinds of expansion. I'm gonna try to expand it fully. There we go. She gets bigger. She gets bigger. I'm just... And then to do that, I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh man, she's heavy. She is a heavy girl. But to get this to pop, it's really misleading. You think you want to go down with it, but you actually, hold on, you go up. Get on there. What was it? Out and up. There. Yeah, it's a lot of model. Like I was actually blown away by what the price point is on this. I mean, I think they could have gone. There are some kits out there like this that are running $700. Yeah, yeah. The design on this was well, and I'm not even just when you put the armor on, there's even more hatches. Oh, I always pop that piece off. But yeah, the mechanical design. I'm not going to try to put this back on right now. This is exactly why when I get done with it, it's going to be like pose it and don't fiddle it. But so this arm, it also opens up. There's some gimmicks up here that I'm not going to mess with because the shields are on. I will be doing like a full review video of this at some point. Probably when I get done painting it. But even this back part, it's kind of hard to do, but we'll get it. Oh, I held that in when I did that. I didn't want to do that. Oh, no. There we go. That one's a little finicky. I think that's going to stiffen up when the armor's on. These actually come out and are like their own pods. But yeah, it keeps getting bigger and bigger. Oh yeah, there's this one here too. So this slides down and this comes out, and then these two open up and also come out. This is actually supposed to be seated better, just so you know. That gap's not supposed to be there. But to get to that, it's again going to be a fix it when I paint it thing. And this one comes up, and I think that's it. I don't think I missed anything. Penner, if you're still in the room, did I miss anything? Oh, grappling arm. Forgot I had that out. Let me put that away. You guys get the idea of that. She's trying to fall. Oh man, it's funny, as I was building this, I thought some of these locking mechanisms, I'm like, oh man, that is so stiff. It barely holds her weight, and I don't have the armor on yet. Definitely going to be a balancing thing involved here. She's just going. She's just going. But yeah, there we go. You'll have to forgive this. This is actually, there's a coupling there I have to fix when I do the painting. But yeah, that's the Osiris Aerial Dominator. I don't know if I can zoom in on her. It's probably better being way out here. She's impressive. Anyway, I was expecting to have like a 2-inch build session, or a 2-hour build session to get to this point. Oh, I know what's going on. So, another fun little feature. These hip joints actually move independently, and I think that's why I'm struggling right now, is I have them off kilter from each other. She'll probably stand a little better now. It's so big, I can't even move it around without bumping it into all kinds of stuff. I feel like her waist is just gonna constantly give me problems. Definitely gonna have to have a stand for this. Like, I'm not gonna be able to let this just sit here with the shields on it. It doesn't hold itself. Anyway, I'm gonna get this grappling arm in. Let's just do this. We're gonna take the shields back off, so I am fighting with this. might have to build the stand tomorrow. I thought we were going to move on to the bear, but I may have to build the stand. I don't think this is going to sit until I get it painted and disassembled without a stand. Little better view of the gimmicks. It's a fun build. To get it to this point of having the frame done, I got about maybe 40-50 hours in it. All of them streamed. I actually, the whole point of this one was to do it on stream. Something I'd never done and kind of wanted to. I gotta get that to go back down. Come on. There we go. I like the Psycho Frame expansion gimmick. They did a good job with it. She is heavy. She's very heavy. I kind of feel like I'm missing a part in the foot though, and that may be the problem. I think I might have skipped a step and didn't realize it. So yeah, Master Grade Kshatriya. Anyway, thank you everybody who stopped in tonight. I very, very, very much appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun building this with you guys if you've been tuning in frequently. I've always thought building was kind of a lonely, solitary thing, and as I've been building this, I've been getting to talk to a lot of people and make a lot of friends, or at least acquaintances. And it's kind of nice to know there's so many other builders out there. It's been great. Oh, I just broke that. No, I didn't. I just separated it. Yay! Yeah, it's all kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. There's so much to it. On that note, I'd love to leave you guys with the shields on this, but I just don't trust it. I have a feeling if I leave them on here, I'm gonna walk in one day in the morning and it's gonna all be falled over. Right on its face. Let me get this back on here. Yeah, that's what I was showing you earlier, was this even has a hatch. Like, it's got some cool features. Lots of pistons, lots of pipes. Guess I could put him back on. Anyway, again, thanks for tuning into this one, you guys. You'll probably see this briefly on stream for a little bit in the next stream, and then I'm gonna move on to getting Bear Guy painted. Probably be a little minute where I'll hang out and actually do a little sanding and prepping on that and getting it on the runners, disassembling it and putting it back together, and then probably move on to the Kasai or the Messer, just depending on how I'm feeling. But yeah, I'm glad you guys have been watching this with me, and like I said, I'll be probably starting a Twitter. I wanted to get the hang of the YouTube thing, or not a Twitter, but a Twitch. I think I'm going to be doing Twitch soon, and yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow, probably around the same hours. So, you know, if you haven't subscribed, there's no pressure to, but it does help the channel, and it's a good way of knowing when I'm building. And I do drop regular video content, and I love that you guys watch it. It's like I said, it's very fun to know there's so many other builders. I thought I was the only one buying Gunpla kits. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. Happy Saturday now, and thank God it's the weekend. On that note, have a rad day when the sun comes up. Wolfpack, thank you very much. I'm planning on it. I was actually kind of waiting to get to this point, and then I'm gonna have a a real long cutting session. Yep, that is actually the plan. I'm probably gonna it's gonna be grueling, but I'm gonna take this whole stream and compile it kind of in a avatar's stupid right now. There we go. But I'm probably gonna compile it into a whole maybe like short video series with not shorts, but you know, long form video, maybe a series of like 10-15 minute videos, 3 or 4 of them, of the highlights, and then start spinning some shorts out of those too. I started building this and didn't realize it was going to take that long. Although it's been great doing it on stream. It's been a lot of I've learned a lot throughout this process, and it hasn't taken very long. Couple weeks, and I feel much more proficient at doing a lot of this. I do a lot of editing. I don't know if you've checked out any of my long form videos. They're, I dare say, a little overtly edited. But yeah, I'm hoping to take a lot of this streaming, kind of get a lot of shorts out with it. So I appreciate the advice. Thank you very much. That is my next step. So far, I'm enjoying it, and you know, it seems to be growing pretty good. But yeah, shorts are definitely coming. I have a feeling I got a good 12-hour editing session of going through this. There's about 40 hours of footage of this one. So it's quite a lot. But yeah, no, thank you for the advice. I do appreciate it. That is in the works. It's just taking me a minute to get there where I could. But now that she's built, I can do some easier stream stuff and hopefully get a little more editing in. But yeah, stop back in. Definitely. I'm on Discord too. It's Dynamodel48, I believe. If you want to reach out and send me a message, don't mind at all. Might just be Dynamodel, but I think it's Dynamodel48. And if you have trouble finding it, you can probably find it on the Bomb Squad's server. Plamobomb introduced me to the Discord. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody who's hung out tonight, and everybody who's hung out for the other streams as we got to this point. On that note, I gotta go outside and look at the sky. I've been in this room for about 4 hours. It's getting warm in here. But yeah. It's been awesome. It's a good feeling knowing she's done. I hope I can see some of you guys tomorrow. I'm stumbling over my words. It's bedtime. On that note, I'm out. Happy Saturday.